Welcome to Deep Thought. Respect those with more life experience. More life experience. I'm going to tell a story. Y'all remember about a month ago, I was at the Self-Improvement Summit in D.C. And Cousin T-Taw, he had a special part where he was training a group of us and you're showing us some exercises to do to, enhance our physiques and everything. And I remember it was on the second day and we were lining up for something. And there was an elder there who saw us. And he was real friendly and everything. And I remember I kept saying, I would refer to him, but I kept saying, elder. Yes, elder. Yes, you're right, sir. And the look on his face, I think it made him feel good that somebody was respecting him. And the reason I was respecting, I didn't know this guy. And you could see he worked out and everything, but I showed respect to him. We all showed respect to him because, you know what, he had some experience. He done survived everything. And it's a powerful thing. It's a powerful thing to show respect to your elders because they have more life experience. No, they might not have the same IQ or educational level or the money that you have, but they've been through life. Even if it looked like it was some jacked up stuff, they probably seen some things. Now, I would say in general, respect them. Now, if they being disrespectful, they being mean to you, okay, you got to check them. But if they being kind and they telling you something, just listen. They seen some stuff. Even if they've been through some bad stuff, they can tell you, how to avoid it. And a lot of them will. They'll say, look, no, you don't want this life. I went through it. Okay, I've never worried about drugs. All I had to do was listen to some elders who've been through it or alcoholic or something. I was like, okay, good. I listened. In fact, you can actually benefit from it. Let me tell a story. I remember this is back around 2005. I was living in a house, rental house, with, my young family. And they, instead of a regular heating system, they had like one of those oil things. Like oil truck had to come and put some oil in the tank. The thing, or what was it? Fuel, propane, I think. It's been a while. But they had to put some in, the truck come out, put some in there. And I remember the landlord specifically said, don't let it get low. Don't let it get low. And because then you got to pay somebody to come out to restart everything. All right. So, my knucklehead ass let it get low. I let it get low and everything. But then, so we called the propane company. They came and it was a elder gentleman. I'll call his name. If he's still living now, he was a good guy. It was an old guy. It was a white guy, specifically a white guy, because I think that played a part in what happened next. He looked like Santa Claus a little bit, his white beard and everything. And his name was Clarence. And he was putting the thing in. It was like something in the driveway, a little hose. He attached a hose to it, a little pipe and stuff. It would go down to the tank. And we were just talking. And he was explaining to me the same thing. Yeah, you're going to have to call somebody, come restart it and everything. Okay. But the whole time I was talking with him, I kept calling him Mr. Clarence, Mr. Clarence, Mr. Clarence. And at one point, he looked at me and said, no, you don't have to call me Mr. You don't have to call me Mr. and stuff. And I looked at him and I said, no, you're an elder. I have to show you respect. I'll never forget this. He looked up. Because when he was talking, he wasn't really looking up. He looked up. He looked at me for about a good 10 seconds, didn't say anything. And then after he filled that, then he said, he had just finished filling the tank up. He said, let me go down there and see what I can do to get it started again. He went down there. He didn't even turn over his truck. He did a couple things, got it started again. And, of course, I said, thank you, Mr. Clarence. He said, hey, you have a good day. And he had a smile on his face. And then he just took off. The thing was, it was important for me because there were 3 more times I had to restart it. but I didn't have to call anybody. I sat there and looked at him and followed everything he did so I could restart it on my own. So just by showing this older gentleman some respect, and he's probably, like I said, it might have been a racial thing there too. You know, this older white man has this younger black man showing him some respect. He actually saved me a lot of money. Because then I was able to get to the point I could restart it on my own. All from showing respect. You know, when people go through life, respect them for no other reason than they're still alive. They survived. They went through some stuff. They can probably tell you something. Now, this ain't saying just give like some respect if they being mean, they being evil, and you see some negative energy with them. No, definitely not. But if they kind and stuff, just sit there and talk with them. You don't have to, just listen sometime. They're talking. Like when elders around me and they're just talking and I have time to listen, I'll just sit there and listen. Because you never know what they'll see. There's been so many things that I've learned just sitting there, just listening. I've learned some stuff that I didn't have use for at that moment, but I'll say, oh, okay, let me keep that in mind. And then it could be a week later, a month later, years later. It's like, wait a minute, this person said do this and this, Because people want it. They've got through life. We're talking life experience, just living. Because let's be real out here. It's tough to get through life. You got people dying early. And I don't mean from disease. People living some stuff. They survived. They still there. And especially if they have some happiness to them. You go through all of this. You got some people, they gone through some stuff. They gone through some stuff. And if they got through all of that, they still smiling, they happy, especially if they in great shape. And when I say great shape, they reasonable, they done some stuff. You need to listen. What did they have to go through? Life ain't easy for people. But see, sometimes I see one of the things, and one of the reasons I even talked about this, I'll see somebody who hasn't lived life at all, and they think they know something, and then they show disrespect for an elder when it's uncalled for. Like I said, if that older person, I ain't even gonna call them an elder, the older person is acting rotten and they doing some stuff, then, you got to keep them at a distance. But you get somebody who's living life and they walking with a vigor, they have a smile on their face. Still listen, still just show them basic respect. Show them basic respect. They done did it. They can tell you life. Life isn't taught in school. You can't read a book and find out about life. Only way you can win at life and somebody can tell you about life if they actually experienced it. So you got some person, they still alive. In fact, the comedian Richard Pryor, he said that. He said, listen to those elders. I'm paraphrasing how he said. He said, listen to those elders. They still alive. Shoot. You really have to. You really have to. And sometimes even listen to the ones that don't look like they're doing well. They can tell you, a minister told me this, they can tell you how to avoid some pitfalls. They could tell you, say, look, I've been here, went through all this. You avoid that. And many elders will, many people. There's something to learn. Ultimately, there's something to learn from somebody who's experienced something. Like I said, they don't teach life in school. Tell me what college course is teaching about relationships. Tell me, I want to hear about that. Tell me what college course or high school course or grad school course is telling you how to deal with breakups or the things that happen in life, a death in a family, sudden death, emergencies, being in a home that burned to the ground. Yeah, they have some people you can talk to about it, but who's telling you how to actually deal with it from the get-go? We can always learn something from everybody. I want y'all to remember that, all right? And especially those who've been living. We have to still respect our elders. A lot of people call me Uncle Rom. Well, there was one elder. I haven't seen him in a while. I miss him. And, he told me his age, and I started calling him by his first name. I call him Uncle because I got to respect that. So, anyway, that's all I got for now, y'all. Get back with y'all later. Peace and many blessings.